to use handheld, that's okay. If I have to use this, it's okay. Good afternoon, everybody. It is time to sing our love and dance our joy and live our peace here at Awaken Spiritual Community. So let's do it together. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. Live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. That's the way I like it. That's the way, I like it, That's the way, I like it. Let's do I Sing My Love one more time. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love into the world. Good job. Give yourselves a hand singing along. Thank you. Whoever you are and wherever you're from, online or in person, you are welcome here. So turn and say good afternoon to your neighbor. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, please. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Lay all your fears and all your doubts aside. Let go of all the hurt you hold inside. You are welcome here, just the way you are. So open up your heart. Can you feel the love of all who've gathered round? You are worthy of this gift of love right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Well, who'd have known that who you are is enough? And who'd have known that you could be so loved? Well, we knew. Now you know. Yes, we knew. Now you know. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. That was beautiful. Right as I said, open up your heart, these two embraced back there and just threw their arms around each other.
Great day, everyone. Great day. I caught up in this beautiful, beautiful day and this beautiful song. Thank you, Reverend Christy. And let's take a collective deep breath as we settle into this beautiful vibration on this beautiful spring day. All right. So, welcome to Awaken Spiritual Community here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Those of you online, welcome, welcome. Bring someone else into the room. Like, tag, and share. And as always, we love to start off with our vision and mission statement here for Awaken. So if you all can say it along with me and let this embody you. Thank you. I'm going to can someone bring up our vision? Right there in the front of the book. Yes. Oh, no, I have it. Yes. All right. So our vision here in just a moment, and you all can read along with me, is that we are a global community that recognizes, honors, and nurtures the dignity and uniqueness of all people and the oneness of creation. And our mission here is that we connect through the energy of loving kindness, spiritual practice, and sacred service. All right. Amen. And now we'll jump over to our announcements. All right, drum roll. Y'all know, get your calendars out as usual. But our first off, we would want to, where is Susan? There she is. We want to welcome our very newest board member for Awaken Spiritual Community, Susan Targus. Yay. I worked so hard on these slides and they're not working. I needed to have the little button thing. But Susan, thank you so much and welcome to the community. We look forward to having you on our board. And she will be our reader today as well. And we are so excited about our gala and fundraiser that is approaching the last weekend of the month, right? So yay, come on, give us some energy. We have the gala, which is going to be Friday night, April the 25th. From 5:30 on, and if you would like to participate in the silent auction, please see myself or Monse, raise your hand, and there's Monse. We've been doing some work for the awards gala. We're going to have Eddie Watkins Jr. in the house, and if those of you remember from last year, we had a great time. So come on, do you all remember? Did y'all dance the night away? Yes, so it was great. And then on Saturday, we're going to be in partnership with Heartlight. We're going to be having community events here in the building with Heartlight. We're starting at 10 and we're closing out around 2. So just join family, friends, invite all out of the community as well to come join us for our joint event with Heartlight. So we'll be hearing about Heartlight's community, our community, and they're looking forward to it. So I hope you all are as well. And then on Sunday, we're going to have Amy Steinberg in the building. She's having a concert between Heartlight and our Awaken service. Amy will be having her concert at 1:30, and then we're going to have our normal grand reopening service at 4:30 p.m. So make sure you invite all out for both events. And that's our potluck Sunday as well. So I believe we're going to be having that still after service. So make sure you all are prepared for a joyful.
We have, I think Pastor Issa's going to be back. I know
Yes.
Reverend Renee's going to be here. Amy's going to be here. I'm going to be here. You're going to be here.
Yes.
Singing and others that may want to join.
Yes, I talked to Pastor Issa today, and so, yeah, we're going to have music. Yes, it's going to be a grand time. So make sure you all are in the building and invite. And so, let's see. If you have any children or grandchildren or people in the community, ages 5 through 12, Megan is launching our youth program, and it's going to be starting on Easter Sunday, April the 20th. So make sure you invite them into our youth program, and we're going to be having an Easter egg hunt. So that will be happening right before service. So that's going to be awesome. So I know everyone said, can adults participate as well? We're going to see. 5 through 12. I don't know, some may qualify. So Reverend Ned is available for prayer. If you're in need of prayer after service, Reverend Ned will meet with you for affirmative prayer. And if you have any requests throughout the week, you can email us at prayer@awakeningcarolina.org. That is prayer@awakeningcarolina.org. Or you can call or text us at 980-292-4433. That is 980-292-4433. And we are still in class. I know we had a little break last week because of our annual meeting, but our classes have resumed with Reverend Christy. And it is the power of love. I'm always waiting for the slide. Y'all can see me. So, okay, there's the unity retreat. We're getting to the slide. Hold on. It's the next one. Yes. And so it's going to be from 6:15 to 7:45. It's spiritual practices for every day. So join us for class after we break bread next door. So we're going to have our bread fellowship. What type of bread do we have today? We have sourdough bread. So after we have grab some bread and then come back over to the sanctuary so we can have class. And I know there are some additional. So we're going to repeat the affirmation that Reverend Christy had created for us, so if we can just be in a sacred space. All right. So knowing the omnipresence, the omnipotence, and the goodness of God, and my oneness with the divine presence, I claim by right of consciousness that the Red Sea of conditions has parted and my good has found its home in me. I accept financial abundance, health, connection, love, and joy for myself, my awakened spiritual community, and my world. Anything seen or unseen, known or unknown that has blocked my highest and best life is released and dissolved now by the power of divine mind. In gratitude, I accept my greatest good, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Christy, for that. And Now we're going to have our Science of Mind reading and highlight by Susan Targis. Let's give her a hand and welcome her again to the Awaken board.
Hello. Today's Science of Mind reading is entitled Seeds of Change. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Audrey Hepburn. Life always reveals itself to us in terms of what we give it. Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 387. Agricultural practices impact our planet in innumerable and sometimes unimaginable ways. In New Zealand, the Center for Climate Action on Agricultural Emissions promotes sustainable farming. Their goals are to unify efforts to accelerate research and development and to create and provide new tools, technology, and practices to lessen on-farm emissions. And they want to get all these farmers to all these farmers faster. Today, each of us can plant metaphorical or literal seeds of change, knowing each small step contributes to a thriving earth. From the food on our plates to the clothes we wear, agriculture touches every aspect of our lives. Unsustainable practices threaten ecosystems, and initiatives like the one in New Zealand mentioned above offer pathways to change. By prioritizing soil health, reducing emissions, and fostering biodiversity, we cultivate a sustainable future. What seeds can you plant today in your garden, your community, or your habits? Can you, as Jane Goodall suggests, set aside one day a week to be a no-meat day, thereby lowering methane gases and reducing the amount of land set aside for domesticated cattle? Trust that even the smallest actions can grow into transformative change. Today's affirmation, I'll read it through and then break it down and you can repeat it after me. I plant seeds of change that grow into a sustainable and abundant future. Ready? I plant seeds of change that grow into a sustainable and abundant future. And then we have, what's it called? The highlight. Okay, second to find it. Okay. Today's highlight refers to Volunteer Month. Volunteers are crucial to a church's smooth functioning in ministry, enabling it to serve its community and members more effectively, while also fostering personal and spiritual growth for those involved. Community building. Volunteering fosters a sense of belonging and connection within the church community as members actively participate in serving others and building relationships. Personal growth. Serving others through volunteering can lead to personal and spiritual growth, allowing individuals to develop their talents, skills, and character while expressing the joy inherent in doing so. Volunteers fill a wide range of roles, including greeters, ushers, nursery workers, musicians, small group leaders, and outreach volunteers, ensuring the church's needs are met. Appreciation and support. Recognizing and appreciating the contributions of volunteers is essential for maintaining their engagement and fostering a culture of service. So how can you volunteer to help the growth of our church?
Someone just did, like on the spot. Tanya said, "Can I help?" Yeah, you were. But just saying yes is the help. We appreciate you all. Let's take a couple of moments and just breathe together. Just be together. I was asked to share music with the teens of different organizations around Charlotte. This was many years ago, and it was part of Mecklenburg Ministries Interfaith Summer Camp. And I was sitting in a gymnasium waiting for 75 kids to come running in, and I thought, what am I doing here? I don't know. What should I do how do I do? I don't know what. And I just opened up and said, asked the question, like, how can I best serve in this space? And I immediately heard this song that I want to share with you, this chant you've heard before. And I heard it so perfectly that even sitting in that gym, regardless if I was talking to a Muslim or a Jewish person or a Buddhist or a Baptist, it didn't matter, that we were all on sacred ground, wherever we are. So let's remember that as we just take some breaths right here together. I am open to the presence that you are in my life. I am open to the presence that you are in my life. So wherever I am, there you are, and I am on sacred ground. I am open, let us be open to the presence that you are in my life. I am open to the presence that you are in my life. So wherever I am, there you are, and I am on sacred ground. So let us remember in this moment that wherever we are, in every moment, we are on sacred ground. And I speak this word right here and right now, knowing that I am being breathed by the beloved in every moment. I throw open my arms and my mind and my heart to that divine presence as I breathe into this center of being. I release and relax into this now moment. Knowing my oneness with the one, I claim for each of us this increased awareness of the divine presence, an increased awareness of the unfolding of our greatest good at every turn. And all we need to do is say yes and surrender into it. And so I say, thank you, God, as I release the highest and best intentions for Awaken Spiritual Community, for each of us individually and collectively, that have already been affirmed here this afternoon. I am so grateful, and I know it is so, and so it is. So let's take some deep breaths. Again. One more, letting it out audibly for me, with me. Ever been caught only, or catch yourself only breathing to hear? My first teacher would always stop me. I would come in, and she was like, wow, breathe, just breathe, just breathe. So how many folks went to Bible school growing up? Yeah? Did you have to memorize some things, like the books of the Bible and stuff like that? Anyone? Yeah? How about some, also the contents, there's that. And how about when you got to the First Chronicle, Book of Chronicle there, that talked about all the lineage, the Hebrew lineage, where you had to learn names, a lot of names that begot a lot of names that begot a lot of other names. They just kept begetting. and I kept forgetting. But I was trying, right? And you got all these descendants of Judah, and you're like, rhymes with? No, they all rhyme with that. I don't know, right? And so learning that. But then if you're reading along in Chronicles, the first Chronicle of chapter 4, verse 9, you get to this one little sentence. Instead of a name, just a name, and then on to begetting another name, you get Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. And you go, wait, what? Who's this guy? Jabez. Anybody familiar with Jabez? All right, a couple people. The rest of us get to hear about it today. Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. And you're like, wait, okay, tell me more. So then the next verse is Jabez talking to God, right? And it says, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand might be with me and that you would keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me. So we're going to be looking at that verse this month and picking it apart. I'm going to use little bits of it with each week. That you would enlarge, it's okay. That you would enlarge, thank you though, I'm good with this. That you would enlarge my territory, that you would bless me indeed. So growing up, I don't know about you, but I felt like I was being selfish to ask for anything, like I wasn't supposed to ask for anything. I don't believe that anymore. I believe asking it is given. It says so in the Bible too. Asking it is given. You got to ask. You got to ask. You can't go into a restaurant and expect them to read your mind. You got to tell them what you want. You got to be able to ask for what it is that your heart is calling for. So poor Jabez, right? He started out with a rough way to go. Actually, his mom started out with a rough way to go. That's why he was called Jabez, because the name meant sorrow or to cause pain. It was a difficult birth. And so imagine starting your life with a name that really meant like you caused suffering, like youch. And so he had this rough start, right? But then it says in the Bible that it ended exceptionally well for Jabez. It was because he called it in. He called it in. Like how many things do you want to call in your lifetime? Have you thought like that is really a desire of my heart? And then stop short because you're like, well, how am I going to make money doing that? Or how am I going to, justify wanting that? We had my birthday party yesterday for my brother-in-law, who's always been like a second dad/brother. He's just even way more than a brother-in-law. I love him so much. And we had this big banner up for the year that he was born, which was 1950. He just turned 75 yesterday. And in 1950, it tells all these things that were happening and the slang of the day and that you could buy a house for $11,000. I thought that was pretty cool. And I started thinking about like this idea that there's so many things we want to call in, but we stop ourselves because we think that sounds foolish. Imagine you're Larry, right, my brother? Imagine you're him and you're 5 years old and you love dogs. And you say, I know what, Mom, Dad, I know what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be a dog walker. Are you kidding me? No one did that in 1950. It wasn't until 1960 that a man named Jim Buck created the first dog walking business in New York City. Now, so imagine him, if that were the case, and he wanted to be a dog walker because he thinks that's a great idea. That would have been a divine idea, right? But nobody had ever seen it. So I thought about that and all the ways that we stop ourselves short, not realizing that those things that pull us, that call us, they're needed in this world. That's where your prosperity lies, is in the things that you love to give when they meet someone else's need. Boom. Prosperous. Everyone involved. When the gift meets the need. So what is calling you? Think back to anywhere that you lose time. Places you lose time. When I'm brushing a horse or picking eggs up and putting them in a basket and talking to chickens, when I'm playing the guitar, when I'm talking about spiritual philosophy, when I'm helping someone see a different perspective on something that feels like a problem to them and it just shows up like an equation on the wall for me, and because it's just how I hear it, and I'm able to then be in communication. I lose time. I love it. So think of a thing that you do that makes you lose time and stop discounting it because you think, well, that's not what I do for a living, or my spouse will never be okay with that, or my mother or father, who, even if they're passed on, sometimes we still play their records in our head, right? Their tapes in our head. So the thing that makes you lose time, the thing that you loved to do as a child, back to me, okay? Loved being outside. I loved being outside playing with sticks and rocks and animals and all this stuff. And I would never have imagined growing up that someday I would be paid to love sticks and rocks and animals and playing in nature. But that's what I do when I lead a retreat. I'm being paid to take someone and play with rocks and sticks and animals and nature, right? Think about it. It's just we've been given the clues all along, the things that we love. Who knows, Terry Ann and David, there may be a bunny watching society that y'all are supposed to start. I don't know. They have a gift for bringing out the bunnies. I get these little texts that say 7 bunny day, right? I'm like, woo, it's going to be a banner day today for the Lividotes. So what is it? And seriously, though, like what? And you've been doing it. You've been doing it probably your entire life. I look back to college, and I love coaching with people and seeing, helping them see a different perspective. And in college, my roommates, one after the other, was like, could you please stop holding hours, your office hours? Like, they come at all hours of the night, and y'all sit up talking. And I'm like, well, they had something on their heart. They just need to talk about. So what have you been doing? What has been calling you this whole time that maybe you've been discounting? Because there are things that we do for money sometimes that are not necessarily the things that we're called to do. Sometimes they are the same, and that's awesome. But don't discount the things that you're called to do, because it's an important part of the equation. And another key to help you know that you're being called to something, it's something you don't really know how it happens. It's just such a divine flow. Something came through and it just showed up in a miraculous way that you're like, whoa, I know that was meant to be. Pay attention to those things. I call them God winks. Pay attention to those things. When I was first hired as the co-pastor for Center for Positive Living 20 years ago, I walked in on my first day, and it may have been Reverend Ned. I'm not sure, but someone greeted me. That sounds like something he would do. Someone greeted me at the door, pointed to the bulletin board right beside the door to a little newspaper clipping that someone had posted up there from the day before, and said to me, wow, I knew we were doing a good thing when we hired a minister with a marketing background. This is going to be good. And I was like, hey, thank you. I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. Turned around and looked on the bulletin board, and there was a little newspaper clipping from the lifestyle section the day before that said, a ministry you should know about. Reverend Renee Laboa and Reverend Christy Snow start at the Center for Positive Living on January 24th, 2005. Yes, I do remember the day. And it had it in there. They thought I did it because I had a marketing degree. No, I had no clue. I still to this day do not know anyone that had anything to do in this 3D experience with that newspaper article. You see what I'm saying? So when you have those moments that blow your hair back a little bit, that go, whoa, we don't believe in coincidence. We believe in the divine moving through all of life and expressing as its creation. So pay attention. Pay attention and then lean into that. Where is that experience coming to you? And pay attention around which it is coming. Because if you don't, you'll come up with all kinds of excuses. My teacher I just referenced, Reverend Dr. Lisa Stewart, my first teacher in Science of Mind. I hadn't been going to that church very long at all, and she heard me play in a coffee shop, and that's how I ended up playing there. And she said, what do you really want? Oh, I was quick to tell her. I wanted to play music all over the country. I wanted to play. I wanted to go. And she said, well, what are you waiting for? And I gave her so many excuses. I couldn't even, we'd be here all day if I told you all the things and all the ways that I tried to convince her that wasn't going to happen. And she said, her famous line, which was, well, honey, I invite you to get over that. And I was like, what? Get over it? What? I started thinking about it. I was like, well, okay, if I did a cross-country tour, she said, well, tell me about it. What would it look like if you were playing all over the country? I said, well, I'd start with a cross-country tour. It came out of my mouth, and I was like, whoa, but it was too late to take it back. The universe had already heard the desire of my heart. And so had she. She was like, well, tell me about it. I was like, well, I'd go across, I guess, I'd go across the upper route to California, and then I'd go down the coast, and then I'd come back. Yeah, that's what I'd do. I was just sort of making it up as I went along, and I thought that's what I would do. And she said, okay, let me know how that booking turns out. And I'm like, well, okay. She started the snowball. And I started to think about it. And the next thing you know, remember how I said things just sort of come in? The divine comes in and things get handed to you. And you go, whoa. But then you go, nah. So one after the other, whoa. A friend said, hey, I got a cousin that has a brother that's boss's sister's cousin's friend, neighbor, has a coffee shop in Utah. You should sing there. I mean, stuff like that. And then they would send me the contact. And then the person would say, oh, I heard you on this radio station, but you should come. Like, one, I didn't have to really do anything. And it just started lining up. But I still doubted it. I was still like, nah. I said, okay, I'd like 6 weeks. 6 weeks would be a good amount of time. I had all these, everything was filled in for 6 weeks, 6.5 weeks, a cross-country tour, except for one Sunday. And I was like, well, if I can't fill all the Sundays, I'm just not going to go. Because I need those Sundays, because, you know, those churches, they'll pay you pretty good, and they'll put you up, and then they'll give you some food. It's a good deal. I got to have the churches locked in. And I got this one empty spot in Southern California, so I don't really know anybody in Southern California, and, you know, I guess I just won't go. And Dr. Lisa said, Southern California, you mean like near Temecula? I said, looked at the map, and I was like, exactly, Temecula. Yeah, actually, I'd never been there, but it says here that's where I would, yeah. She said, my prayer partner's from Temecula, and she has a Science of Mind Center there, and I've been talking about you in this tour, and she would love for you to come to her church, and she'll put you up, and she'll pay you. You see what I'm saying? And I went through the whole thing, 6.5 weeks, and it really was just me saying yes, and everything went brrr. And I had some amazing adventures that I still haven't had time to write songs and books about. It was so amazing. All because I stopped with the excuses and I leaned into the call. The calling. Y'all, when I got the calling of ministry, I was like, I'm going to hang up now because that's not the call I wanted to get. No. And then I tried to hang up after 10 years, and then the phone kept ringing, so here we are. I'm still back, right? Because it's part of who I am. It makes me a better person. So your calling, the thing, the desires of your heart also make you a better person. And y'all, hear me when I say it could be crochet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you don't have to figure out how that blesses somebody. You don't have to figure out how that blesses somebody and how it blesses you. And you don't have to figure out how it makes you money. You don't have to figure out how you do it. The how is not my job. You know I love saying that. The how is not my job. We just release into the yes of it. We ask, and it is given. We ask, and we believe, and we allow it to unfold. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? Who have you given the authority over you to make that decision? And sometimes I'll remind you, it's someone who's no longer here. Sometimes it's someone who's no longer here, and you still hear their voice in your head. Let it go. Sometimes it's tapes of our own making that we have in our head telling us things we can't do and can do and shouldn't do and should do. And sometimes it's the critical, yeah, but that one time. Because there was, you know, I planned in this tour and I had that voice. And it was like, yeah, but you remember that time in Buffalo? You almost didn't get back. You got to Buffalo, New York, and then all the tires need to be changed, and you didn't have the money. And here you were at what's the name of that tire store? The really good one, but really expensive one. Thank you. Here you are at the Michelin. They wanted to help you out. And I'm like, I don't have that much money, right? So that's in my head too, the mistakes. Although it wasn't really a mistake. It was just a take that at the time felt scary, right? Everything worked out. Again, met some really cool people. Did some real creative financing. Got back to Charlotte. So the things that happened from the past, we want to pull those up and say, yeah, but what about that? So we have to pay attention to that intention of our heart. Pay attention to the intention and then allow it to unfold. Paying attention to where our thought lives, because there's so many gifts. And it just, you know, seeing my brother-in-law and all the things he's done in his life. And I don't know, man. Something about having a baby and also being over 50 makes me do this every day. Like, okay, what am I doing? What do I want to do with the rest of the time I got? Right? I don't want us to waste any of it. It's our time right now to make a difference in our own lives and in our communities and in our world. We're being called forth to do that. So there's a story of a man named Mr. Jones. Now, you know, we believe that heaven is a state of consciousness. But for the sake of this story, we're going to imagine it paved with gold. We're going to imagine some pearly gates. We're going to imagine St. Peter there welcoming everybody in, okay? So Mr. Jones, he gets to heaven, and St. Peter says, come on in, I'll show you around. Have you seen these angels hanging out over here? They're fun to be with. Come on down here. We got this street's paved with gold. This street's, well, they're all paved with gold. Come on in. And he's showing him around, and Mr. Jones is like checking it out. He's loving it. And then he goes, wait, whoa. What's that big warehouse over there? He said, oh, you didn't, never mind. It's nothing. It's nothing. Let's just look over here. See these angels? They're having a good time. Let's go over here. Mr. Jones is like, no, I want to see what's in there. And he says, okay. So finally, begrudgingly, St. Peter takes him to the warehouse. He opens the door. He sees all these boxes. And he's like, what is this? And he said, I was really hoping you wouldn't notice. I hate it when people want to see this place. That's all the gifts that God wanted to give that people didn't ask and open up to receive. So, of course, he runs over to the J section, and sees all the things that he wanted but didn't ask for, didn't open up to receive. We can be and do and have and create so much more, y'all. We've just barely scratched the surface. And it doesn't matter what you do for a living. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many careers you've had. It doesn't matter the career you have now. It doesn't matter if you're retired. We are here to cause great things. And I'm happy to be causing it with you. And so it is. Now, I'd like to sing it for you. I'd like to speak it, and then I'm going to sing it for you, if that's all right. This the song that was inspired by that story I just told from Reverend Lisa Stewart about the cross-country tour. I basically walked into this center, which I later became the minister of, but I walked into the center because she heard me at a coffee shop, and I said yes. Not easily, but I did say yes to come and sing for her. And then I wrote down everything she said for months. And eventually I put a couple of chords to some of it. And this was the first New Thought song I ever wrote. All right. Don't need extra percussion. Okay. She said, tell me what it is you're waiting for. Who holds the key to your freedom's door? She asked, what is it you mean you need more time? Don't you think it's time? Time to be what you seek now. Time to love who you are. Time to want what you have. Yeah, loving life right where you are. It's time. Time to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Time to live life from the inside out. Time to see things right, not waste time trying to set them right. Oh, it's time. It's time to let old tapes go. It's time to record something new. It's time to believe you can do all those things you want to do. Dismiss the critical voice inside of your head. Let the ghost be free from the closet and finally dead. Don't you think it's time to embrace what you once called mistakes? Take chances, try again. Oh, it's time. Don't you think it's your time? Time to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Time to live life from the inside out. Time to see things right, not waste time trying to set them right. Oh, it's time. So pay attention to what your intention is. Be aware of where your thought lives. Speak your word and know the power it has. We all cause what we lack or have. Yeah, we help create what we lack or have. It's time. Don't you think it's your time? Time to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Time to live life from the inside out. Time to see things right, not waste time trying to set them right. Oh, oh, it's time. Time. Your time. My time. It's our time. Thank you so much. Come on up, Reverend Ned. Thanks so much. Reverend Ned Green. Make sure they're both green and you're good to go. Push up. There you go. Here you go.
And now I am on. I invite you to join me in the children's affirmation. Children, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way you are.
Trade you. It's working now. Thank you.
And I just want you to know that I am available for spiritual mind treatment. That is affirmative prayer for anything you like. And it is really my honor and joy to do so. And I really feel that we need a different microphone for me to do the conscious giving affirmation. So this really works out. There we go. Divine love moving through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life.
Thank you, Ned. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance. Live in abundance.
Right here and now, I shift my consciousness, my attention, and the very essence of my being to be less of reacting to constantly changing circumstances, and instead, I live from that one infinite spiritual perfection, the source and substance of all that is, first cause, infinite life, the one mind, the creative process, knowing as itself as infinite perfection, transcending time and space, giving of itself endlessly, beautifully, everywhere, through and as each one of us. I know that Spirit gives its gift to me, and it is not one gift. It is in every point in space, in every instant in time. It is infinite possibility of good all the time. It is more than I can possibly imagine. I open my heart, mind, and soul and allow the power that creates everything from atoms to galaxies to give the gift, to be the gift, to express itself. And I know that as I allow Spirit's love, beauty, abundance, and joy to express through me into circumstance, that's why circumstances change, that it is a gift to Spirit. This is true of me. It is true of every one of you magnificent beings here, everyone online, everyone in the world. Life is more beautiful than we have ever imagined. It is the gift. I'm so thankful to know this. I am delighted to know this, that I release this clear and powerful word from Spirit through my awakening mind, through the creative process, into circumstances. And it is so, and so it is.
Hang on, Jazz. Just know with me that whether it's in this basket or online or once a month, whatever it is given from hearts to hearts. And so I speak a word of blessing for each and every person giving a financial gift this this afternoon, or whenever you give, knowing that we are blessed in our giving. And that as we give, we receive. So that channel stays open. That reciprocity is the dance that we dance when we give. And so I say thank you for each and every gift, and I bless the givers knowing that they've already blessed themselves, because you can't outgive God. Thank you, God. So it is. Thank you. Join us if you would. And Megan, thank you for babysitting my bread. I was a little behind my normal time frame. I had to have someone go over and keep the thing on, and then let me cut it for you in just a few minutes. So we have fresh bread. But first, if you'll join me in our closing song. The thing stays on, yeah. Join me in our closing song, if you would. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy, we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace, we let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the grace, we let the grace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love, we let the love it be. We love you, we bless you, and we thank you, and I'll meet you next door in about 3 minutes. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Love gives me